Hello friends, I am Vikram from EZEON Technologies. Welcome to my Java video series. In today's video, I am going to talk about collection API in Java. The same video I have recorded in Hindi language, so I'll put the link in description. Please check. So let's come to the discussion. Let me define the term collection and API first. So collection means group of objects. It can be any Java object like integer, string, float, employee. And API means some set of classes and interfaces. So collection API is nothing but the standard implementation of the data structure which is containing the different classes and interfaces, right? Let's come to the simple example of this collection object. Let's say we have this ArrayList as the collection object. So collection object containing three objects. So this array list is containing string, employee and integer, three objects. In actual scenario inside the heap memory, the objects are not living inside the another object. They are actually created separately inside the memory. So the actual scenario is something like this. So this is the array list object having the internally it is having the array of three size as per my current example. And the string object is created separately in heap memory. Its address is nothing but the hash code assigned here, and that hash code is given to the 0th index of the array. Then it will point to the object. Similarly, the employee object is created here. It has got the hash code, and that hash code is assigned to the array here. Then it is pointing here. Similarly for the integer. So this is how the objects are actually so connected with each other. Now let's talk about simple example of the book shelf. So when we see our book shelf at the home, which is actually containing different books, we organize the different books in a proper format to make them accessible properly, right? So for example, we arrange the books on the top, bottom, middle, left, right, center. Sometimes we arrange the books according to their frequency of access. So frequently used books, less used books. Sometimes we organize the books in the way according to their categories, like academics, we will organize all the academic books, novels, comics, something like this. So there can be different arrangement of these books in your book shelf as per your requirement. So in this current example, the books are the data, and which is arranged in a specific format as per the need. So data structure is doing the same job for the programmers. So we have different objects in the program, and we need to organize them properly so that we can access them, we can operate on those objects. So that's what the thing we call as data structure. And the standard data structure implementation is Java is a collection API. So let me define the collection API. So sometime the collection API is also known as collection framework. Framework means some standard features. The standard features are the frameworks. Some standard practices in the programming languages are defined as the framework. So here the collection framework contains various classes and interfaces to manage, it's very important term, manage group of objects in different format. So when we are talking about the format means the arrangement. So it can be array, ArrayList, stack, queue, LinkedList, TreeMap. So these are the formats we use to arrange the data. And managing means there are different operations associated. So like adding the objects, find, sort, delete, merge, replace. These are the operations, and not limited to only these operations. There are various operations defined in the in these classes and interfaces. Now the standard implementation of data structure here is a collection API. I have put in the note here. Now we have three major types of the collection here. So one is list, set, and then map. So these are three major categories of collection objects in Java. And the key feature for the list is the ordered collection. It is just like array, which is holding the data in a proper sequence. So like 0, 1, 2, 3 indexed. And the set and the another point for the list is you can store one object multiple times, means it will permit the duplicate values. Set is exclusively designed for unique objects. It will not allow the duplicate values. And then when we are talking about the map is a key value arrangement. just like the associative array or dictionary in your Python. In Python it is dictionary, and associative array in PHP, right? So the major implementation class for the list are list, ArrayList, vector, linked list. The major implementation for set are HashSet, TreeSet, and linked HashSet. Similarly, we have major implementation for the map here: HashMap, HashTable, and TreeMap. The important thing is in case of HashTable, the T is small. Now I'm going to talk about some common features associated with these collection objects. So the very first one is resizable. All the collection objects are resizable. Resizability means it is unlike the array where the size is fixed. Suppose you have given the size 5 to the array, you cannot store 6 elements. You can store maximum 5 elements. So here it is not the case. It is resizable, means when you are adding new element in the collection, the size will be growing, and when you are deleting the objects, the size will be shrink. So this is how the resizability is. So it's very important feature. And the another thing is collection can accept any type of objects. By default they are accepting the generic object. Means the object type they are permitting to accept. Means one list, when you define the list here, it can accept the integer, it can accept the employee, it can accept the integer. The single object of type list can accept any type of data, but sometimes it is not the better practice because you may have the errors in this pattern. It is better approach to use the generic supported feature. So generic means while declaration of the list, you must define the type of the data the list is going to accept. So in my case, for example, I'm going to accept the list of string, means only string objects will be allowed here, right? And the next point is ordered and unordered. Ordering means the sequence, the insertion sequence will be maintained while retrieval. So that is called ordered, is nothing but the sequential or indexed. So the collection can be ordered, it can be unordered. The collection can be sorted, the collection can be unsorted. Sorted means the objects will be automatically sorted in the natural order by the collection object. For example, when it is a tree set, the tree set will automatically sort the data as per the natural order. In case of numerics, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In case of the alphabets, it is A, B, C. These are the natural sequences, natural orders. So the collection can have the data either sorted or unsorted. And the collection can be synchronous or asynchronous. Synchronous or asynchronous in terms of multi-threading. So synchronous means the object will be accessible by one thread at a time. So that is synchronous. And asynchronous means the object will be accessible from the collection object will be accessible by multiple threads concurrently. So there are different categories of the collection objects which belongs to these categories. Depends on the requirement we use in our project use cases. And the seventh point is a unique and duplicate values. Some of the collections permit only unique values like set. Set only works with the unique value, whereas the other objects like your list, array list, vector, they permit the duplicate objects. So sometimes the collection object can accept null, and sometimes they are not supporting the null values, and they will throw the null pointer exception. And the collections, the last point here is the collection, they support key and value pair, especially the map, they are supporting the key and value pairs. So these are the some common features I have listed here, and I will define the list, I will define the HashMap, HashTable, TreeSet, TreeMap on the basis of these points in coming discussion. Okay, now let's talk about the collection hierarchy, the arrangement inside the API. So the top level interface is a collection, and the list is a child interface derived from collection, and set is the another interface extension of the collection. So there are two major categories under the collection, list and set. So there are implementation, ArrayList is an implementation of the list, vector is another implementation, stack is deriving from the vector, and LinkedList is another implementation class of the list. And when it is a set, HashSet, TreeSet, and linked HashSet, these are the three popular implementation we have been using in the projects. Now when you see here terms, ordered means the sequence will be maintained. The insertion order will be maintained while retrieving. Okay, and when you see here tree is always sorted through the natural ordering. And the important point here, all these classes or interfaces related to collection API are present inside the java.util package. Now let's come to the map. Map is a third category in collection. Map is holding the data in key and value pairs, and HashMap is the implementation class for the map. And linked HashMap is again the ordered key value pair arrangement. Hashtable is the another implementation of the map. Remember the term here, hashtable. T is small here. Generally, in case of camel case convention, H and T in the hashtable is generally capital, but here it is treated as a single word. That's why it is hashtable. T is small. So remember the class name while coding. Okay, and the property is the extension of the hashtable, and we will cover the properties and properties file in the coming discussion with some examples, with the practical examples. And TreeMap is holding the key value pair of data and sorting the data through their keys, because when it is a tree it is sorted. So I think this is enough discussion for this particular video. In next video we will completely talk about all these classes through examples, and few more classes we will discuss here. We'll discuss in coming videos, like the arrays, collections, and some other standard comparable, comparator. So these are some associated features with the collection. We'll cover each and every related feature one by one through different coming videos. Thank you very much for watching. See you in next video. Bye bye.